believe it. That's Clone Force 99.
This is Wrecker, Hunter, Echo, Tech, and Crosshair.
Obviously, we are different.
We're all you're getting. Ha! We're all you need!
They call themselves the Bad Batch. Experimental Unit Clone Force 99. The defective clones with desirable mutations.
This is one meeting I don't want to miss.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Dad Batch Podcast, episode 107. Welcome to the YouTube live show. You did it. You made it. You're here. Thank you. We want to see you again. So be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit subscribe. Ring that bell. Get notified when we go live and post new videos. Of course, feel free to use that super chat button, and we'll read your comment live on the show. My name is Stevie Kicks, and I am one of your 5 hosts today. We're all back. With us, as always, the other Dad Batchers, your space daddies. First up, he did it, ladies and gentlemen. He finally did it. He caught one. The deer hunter himself. It's Brian Cook.
Oh, what? He got one?
Congratulations, Brian.
You got
Those
one?
are lies of the Jedi. No, I have not.
Oh,
Wow.
I haven't hunted since the last time we talked.
oh.
Oh.
Thanks, though. Thanks for pouring salt on the wound. Why don't you just get some lemon juice and put it on there, too?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm good. Sorry I'm late.
We thought maybe one of the deer stole your e-bike.
Yeah.
No, would have been cool. But no.
Next up, the owner proprietor of Chrome and Go, an employee of the month. It's John Rodriguez. How are you, man?
I'm getting a raise.
Not
And I'm
only is
going
he
on
the owner,
vacation.
but I'm also a client.
Yeah.
It's like you know how like they have the employee of the month on the wall. It's like every month.
It's always
John's
me.
face.
Yeah, it's always me.
John, just like
I
this.
crush it. Yeah.
Do you also play for the LA Rams? What's going on over there?
Yep. For the Chargers or something. Yep. Yeah, chilling.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hanging.
Next up, he's the commanding officer of Southern California's 501st Legion. It's Babu Frick himself, Rami Shanaday. How are you, man?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Well,
It's always good to be here.
Well,
you guys did pretty good with the intros yesterday, or not yesterday, last
Pretty
week,
good?
Brian.
Pretty
It was
good?
okay. I mean, it was all right. Yeah.
Pretty good.
The show was in good hands. I was trying to like dip in as much as I could, but I had crazy overnight stuff at work, and sorry.
Yeah, work's been killing you lately.
Yeah,
What's up
work's
with
been
that?
rough.
Tell it to stop.
And finally, you know him as the Left Coast Avenger. We know him as ketchup to John's mustard. It's Luke Yates. What's up, Luke?
Yeah, boys. I am eating a super wedgie for my boy John today.
Dude, okay, so what
This is
is
different.
going on?
This
What
is
is-
different in this than
John,
stand for a while.
what?
like you, Luke, you're always in Deadpool. Like you wear Deadpool like to the grocery store. That's fine.
Yep.
John, what an amazing outfit you're wearing.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I got a suit from White Sheep leather.
Uh-huh.
And I
Legends.
started. Yeah, they're awesome. I've gotten several things from them. Brian's ordered from them too. That
Me too. Me too.
they're great. Yeah, you too.
Oh,
And,
is
yeah.
this workbench stuff? Am I
I guess.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm chilling. That's why I was like, yeah, talk later. Yeah.
all right? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. How's everybody been doing? What's everybody been up to this week?
Dude, I just been head down working, man. I've been busy.
Yeah.
So
Feel you, man.
got a lot going on right now. And I'm gonna have a lot going on through the end of the year. So
Work's been killing me. We got thankfully Raimi and I just got emails today about an upcoming project that everything just all the vendors that we're like getting stuff from for this big project, they all emailed us like simultaneously today.
Yeah, it was weird.
Like, oh,
Like
this is ready. This is ready.
within an
Oh.
hour. Within an hour,
wow.
everything was ready
I had a
For
heart
these things
attack.
that
I
we-
thought,
for these things
Oh.
that we spent lots of money on like weeks ago, and now it's ready. So we're like, okay, thank goodness.
I
Nice.
thought it was about to be a negative thing, and I was like, "Oh no, why
No,
have
no,
I not
yeah.
heard about this in the chat?" And yeah, there we go. Okay, woo, good deal.
Good.
I watched Beetlejuice. I was gonna tell you guys last
wow.
week, but I wasn't here. But I watched Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
Sweet.
Beetlejuice.
I really,
Was it good?
I really liked it.
Nice.
I know there's like some reviews. I've read some reviews that are like, oh, this movie's horrible, and then I've seen other reviews that are like, it's as good as the first, if not better. I don't know. I'm getting tired of these just online reviews. Like, it's getting to be really tiresome of, just
Well, we have an overload of opinions and information now. You know,
And it's all just there to drive traffic. It's not actually like the reality is like if you want to go see it, go see it. Like if you're a fan of the
Yeah.
franchise or whatever, like go see it. And that's plain and simple. Don't listen to somebody that said it was good or bad or whatever. Go watch it and form your own opinion.
Yeah, Steven. Quit telling us about the movie.
yeah. I really
mean,
liked it. I'm a huge fan of practical effects.
Mhm.
I love there's just something about the imperfectness of like claymation and stop motion and just how certain makeup techniques of the 80s just they look off, but there's something endearing about it when you're watching something that is supposed to be make believe.
Yeah.
And so I know, like, going into it, I know that one of the stipulations that Michael Keaton had for coming back to the franchise, he told Tim Burton, he's like, unless we make it exactly like how we made the first one, he doesn't want to do it. So that was
Nice.
like minimal
That's cool.
CGI. Like, he didn't want to be like acting in front of green screens and doing all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, the effects in it were amazing. We took my kids to it because they saw the first one. We watched the first one at home to kind of prepare them for it, and then also to kind of get like a temperature reading of like, can they handle it? They both loved it. And that's another thing too, with like how silly everything, like the effects, like if you make it too real, then
Yeah.
Yeah,
kids,
they're
kids are like,
outrageous
yeah.
Yeah.
But
on purpose,
yeah.
right?
Highly recommend going to see it. It's a good. I know we talked about getting into the Halloween spirit. This really set the mood. This was good.
Yeah.
Good kid. That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
How about you guys? Watch anything?
Rings of Power, dude. Come
Oh,
on,
yeah.
baby.
Been good. It's been good.
It's getting heated, bro.
So
Heated.
yeah, last episode was a cliffhanger, for sure.
I'm a sucker for Lord of the Rings, and it's just the second season is just getting into the meat and potatoes of it.
Yeah,
and
it's
getting-
going hard, quick. Yeah.
It's getting fun. So costumes are awesome.
Yep.
I like, like Lord of the Rings was awesome, and then when The Hobbit came out, that was awesome because it was like the precursor to Lord of the Rings, and now this is like the precursor
Before
to
that.
The Hobbit. So
Right.
it's super cool. They're doing it very well, I feel like. So loving
Cool.
it.
I watched Tyler, our boy Tyler, aka Bourbon and Buckets, eat a burger while
That's
I
right.
eat a burger alongside him. So that
Nick's
was
Burger.
Yeah. He was in town for work and he hit me up the day before and was like, "Hey man, I'm in town. Like, what area of Seattle you live in?" And it worked out my schedule, so I went and met him for lunch and took him to a fine Seattle establishment called Dick's Drive-In. We had a bag of dicks, and rest was history. Wait,
Dick's Fries, dude. Yeah,
yeah, dude.
the place is called Dick's, dude.
Superior. Yeah, there's nothing raunchy about what I said.
Yeah.
I know
Dick's Sporting Goods.
But yeah, see?
Yeah.
Richards. Yeah.
Get in. Well,
There used to be a sporting goods retailer called Chicks. And back in the day, Dick's bought Chicks.
That's
just so you know. Dick's Sporting Goods bought Chicks Sporting Goods. So.
Was there ever a time in history where those two
don't say it
next to each other?
This is PJ's show, please.
I gotta get this. Man, it's for my soul. I gotta get out of this thing or at least let me put the mask on. I'm gonna get myself a trap. No.
Last week, I mentioned I had started playing Space Marine 2, which is like a Warhammer 40K game. Besides the video game part, I started like sort of deep diving into all the lore because it's so much. There's all these different chapters of these different dudes with armor, and like all of them are different, like from different places and worlds even, and it's like super detailed and deep in the characters and this battalion and this whatever. It's insane. So I've been like watching a lot of that. It's all YouTube. People explaining stuff.
The characters look cool.
Yeah, they are.
Dude, speaking of that, did you hear about like all the 3D? Because we get all of our files and all of our 3D things that we print. Mm-hmm. We get them from different artists, digital artists.
Yeah.
But mostly we're getting them from like the same sources. Did you guys hear the news with like, I think it was Yosh Studios. Is one Yosh Studios is one of them that comes to mind, like right off the top of the head. But there's at least 2 or 3 of them that I heard this week that got booted off Etsy. They had their Etsy stores shut down. And it's because
why, right?
It's because of
they are very, very, very litigious about going after people who use their IP without their permission. Yeah.
So they're all videos, dude. That's the best.
They use it without their permission, but do they give their permission to anybody? Like
maybe they hire someone to build a costume for an event or something, but
right. But there's nothing available for the costumers of the world to like get easy access to make them like what you've done with the Helldiver suits or what we do with Star Wars. Like
right. Which now that I think about it, I'm like, wow, they never came after me and they liked my stuff and they different posts I've done, they've liked them. So it's like, yeah. But these guys are very, very, very strict. And that's why today Yosh was giving the files away for free. He's like, free files. Yeah.
Wow. Is it because people can just print the actual? Yeah, it's a tabletop, right? It's a tabletop.
It is a tabletop game. Yeah. They're little figurines that people paint themselves. Which is also another rabbit hole. People do the craziest paint jobs on these miniatures. I kind of want to try it now. It looks insane. But the point, you can print miniatures, and a lot of people do. A ton of people do.
Yeah,
sure.
But the point is selling it. That's the bad thing.
Yeah. Damn,
but
that's wild.
What can you say?
I did not know that.
So I won't be doing it.
I don't know. I think like, with all the different franchises and IPs that we love and participate in, whether it's Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel related, video game related, when you have these like fans that are sculpting things for other fans to produce, that does nothing but like just it's free advertising. It drives it drives like participation into the IP.
And it's not like go ahead, Raymond.
Well, I was just a person who's making a costume for a franchise that is a game or miniatures. So you're not making You're not making a game. You're not making miniatures. You're making a costume. The company that owns the IP isn't in the costume business.
Totally.
You're not taking money away from them in any way, shape, or form.
That's the thing, though. They don't want other people making money off of their IP. Even though it's these low time, like no one's getting rich off these STLs. No one's getting rich off selling Space Marine helmets. Like that's not,
right. And when you're selling the helmets, it's like you're barely breaking even because the material cost,
everything is expensive.
The cost of materials is expensive. It's
Weird.
Nobody's making a living off of this thing.
No, this is not a get rich quick scheme at all. But they don't care. They'll go after you.
Do you guys like how many makers in the community? I guess we can talk Star Wars costuming community, right? Because I think that's what we're all most familiar with. But how many makers, full-time makers in the Star Wars costuming community, could you say like probably support their entire family just off of like what they're doing? I don't think it's many.
Small.
5 to 10 maybe.
Yeah, I'd say on two hands you could probably count.
Yeah,
well,
like full time. Yeah,
even
full-time,
the bigger names that I know have like a day job.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or at least like a dual income with like a spouse or something.
Yeah.
And shout out to them for letting not them. Shout out to the powers that be for letting people like us and our friends do that. Really,
it's really a very fine line because I know that there's been times in the past when, I don't want to. I guess it would have. I guess it would have been. It would have been Lucas. I guess it would have been Disney. They had an opportunity to shut down so many things, and they kind of just
they let a lot of stuff slide.
Yeah, they let it slide.
I mean, they probably see the value in like the community being built in what it brings. Marketing for like what we were just saying, like the potential for marketing is
not only that they look for the fans to fill in roles for them for certain things, like the 501st, for example, or droid builders, probably
premieres and red carpet, linings.
Exactly.
Free marketing.
You don't want to, have bad blood with the people that you're hiring for these events and stuff. I don't know.
Especially now on social media when it just spreads like wildfire if somebody gets a bad taste.
Yeah, it'd be like no one go because these guys are jerks, whatever.
Is there? Does 40K? Does Warhammer have like their own conventions?
I don't think so. And if they do, I am very ignorant to that. So I'm sorry if they do, and I don't know. Yeah,
I know that they have. I've seen the events at the stores, like different tabletop
like gaming
stores.
Events. Yeah.
I've seen those get crazy.
I've seen stuff like that get full, but I don't know if that's a convention.
Imagine if there was like a Warhammer con, and you had like an entire army.
You need people in to make those costumes, though. Yeah,
right.
And the people that do make them out of foam, and like they stand on stilts and stuff, because those Marines are like 7 feet tall or something, like 8 feet tall. So you need to be. It's like a Chewbacca, essentially. You need to be on stilts and.
Right.
It's nuts.
I'm just saying, like, imagine if they had that. That would just do nothing but, like, I want to go to that con, and then you go to the con and you're just like, I want to buy all this stuff, and just it's a snowball effect. So.
Yeah,
I don't know. I heard that, and I thought that was crazy. So
what's that super chat?
What?
Number one.
He's alive. He's alive.
Oh, what is that?
Plant emoji.
Vulgar.
Eggplant.
Wow.
He's having an eggplant parm for dinner.
He's having a parm.
Exactly.
Eggplant parm.
Yep. That means the dealer's choice. What is he looking for?
Never know.
Joe is alive, everyone.
No.
Is he there? Joyful Sokago is.
We're still searching. We're still searching. Speaking of searching,
Hey, Remy.
no glizzies.
No.
Hey, Remy.
Welcome to Pabu, my home away from home.
Here's your drink and enjoy the reunion.
Wow.
We were all just vibing to the song.
I always love how you don't share these first. We just hear them for the first time. I was like, in my head, I was hearing Top Gun. Like I was like,
'Cause
okay, here we go.
I did it.
Just
I did it while you were running late. I was like,
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, when Steven was like, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay, so LA Comic Con is coming right around the corner on Saturday, October 5th. The Dad Batch podcast will be doing our family reunion event live at LA Comic Con in room 402A. Again, this is on Saturday. So they gave us what's called a flex spot. So we start at 11:30 and we go until we can't go anymore, basically. So we can go all the way up till 1 o'clock, which is way longer than they usually give us. If we can fill that time, fantastic. If we don't, then that's okay too. So we get a little bit of extra time because we tend to run long as we do. You know how we do these events, and it's like we get folks from the community to come, and we do our workbench where the audience can come up and kind of show off what they do, and we talk about the costumes and the builds that people have. So that's always really interesting, and we love to see it. I think we've got something interesting in the works for the event that we'll get into a little bit more as we get closer to it, or maybe we'll just not get into it at all and surprise everybody. I was looking at the LA Comic Con website, the Star Wars lineup that they've got. This thing's practically like Celebration 2024.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The Star Wars guests that they've got include Daniel Logan, who's at everything, but Giancarlo Esposito, Emily Swallow, Ming-Na Wen, Paul Sun-Hyung Lee, Rosario Dawson, Vivian Lyra Blair, Ewan McGregor, and Hayden Christensen. So Ewan and Hayden are doing like team up photos. Yeah. Ewan and Hayden
Celebration. That's celebration. What the heck?
That's what I'm saying. They're really going hard on the guests for this con. I mean, they're doing a Back to the Future team up with basically the whole cast of Back to the Future, including Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd,
Dude,
and Leah Thompson.
That's nuts.
Just like with Michael J. Fox, he just had an interview that he did recently, just a few weeks ago. He said that he was talking about his Parkinson's. He said that his doctors told him he should have been not with us many years ago, and he treats every day like it's his last. So like to just a chance to even meet him or see him. I'm there.
Yeah. Right. They're doing team up photo ops with Hayden and Ewan. There's a team up op with Ewan and Vivian Lyra Blair, if you're a fan of Kenobi. So again, yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's like Celebration 24.
Wow.
Again, so the event runs from October 4th through the 6th. We will be there on the Saturday, October 5th, again from 11:30 all the way up until 1 p.m. in room 402A, and we'll keep sharing this out as we get closer to the event. But we hope to see everybody there.
When is that?
October 5th.
October 5th.
Would you say room 402?
402A. Yeah, and so they gave me choices on the room 402A, but SA. They're right next to each other. They gave me choices on the room. This one had the best audio setup. So they said with this one we can plug straight into the board and get a raw recording straight off the board. So we should have a good audio podcast after the fact that we'll be able to record.
Yeah, we're gonna need that for what we have planned. So I was thinking, I've been having this kind of this brainstorming thing about like the panels that we get, and that's really cool that they're doing the flex panel with us. But it's like our typical weekly show is like a couple hours, right? And then we like kind of like what you were saying, Remy. We kind of alter it a little bit for the live shows. I think that panels going forward are going to be like something a special certain something like what we're going to do at this upcoming one. So like LA is going to be the first of the new type of panel that we're doing.
Alternate formats.
Alternate format.
With.
But I was thinking that we should do like an actual live show, live podcast recording still, but in a different location. Not in LA, and I'm not referring to what we're going to be doing in LA, but I'm just talking about in the future sometime. Kind of like what we did at Tonga Hut, where there's not really like a time limit. We can go the full 2 hours if we want. Have a full interaction with the audience, a real family reunion style stuff.
Tonga Hut has an event space now
There
that they
you
didn't
go.
have when we were there the last time.
There you go.
So
If you guys come up for Emerald City,
I
I got
know.
a spot.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have
Yeah.
to do that. We're gonna have to do that.
Um,
Hey, for LA Comic Con,
and-
we should can we patch in folks that are not going to be there, like for the pod? Like,
We've
We
tried
tried
that.
last year. It didn't work for me.
It's brutal.
yeah.
The Wi-Fi is slow and the cell network's saturated. We never can get it to work.
I had a great idea of somebody dressing up like Krang's body from Ninja Turtles, and then put like an iPad on your torso, and then have one of us come in as like Krang.
Like this, yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like we're inside of your body.
Brian's inside your stomach.
Yeah.
Brian,
I was in-
your body.
I was in Joe's crotch last LA.
There he
this
is.
is
Brian
true.
was
This
in
is
my
true.
Mike's
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says it in the
Yeah.
chat.
That's the eggplant
Um,
emoji. I get it now.
And
Henceforth.
and we're not even going to come close to saying what we're talking about to him, but the idea that was being bouncing around in the private chat the other day for what we could do for this alternate format thing for San Diego Comic-Con next year, is going to be insane.
Well, and that's kind of like what I was alluding to is, we want to have something special for the fans that go to the panels, but then I also want to do something really special for the live events too. And I was, there was a podcast. This was like 15 years ago, literally 15 years ago, when podcasts weren't even like a thing yet. And I went to a live podcast at a brewery, and the normal 1 hour show, these guys went on for like 3 hours, and everybody was it was like such a great time. So
Nice.
Yeah. We'll definitely do that. But yeah, thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. If you'd like to show your support for the show, pick up an exclusive Space Daddy t-shirt and some Dad Batch stickers at thedadbatch.com. And now for the news.
We're being hailed.
This encryption's new. This might take a while.
Okay, so thanks to Entertainment Weekly, we've got some stills for Skeleton Crew that are new, and we've got some character details and that we can talk through based off of these stills. So I did it this way because we wanted these to be
Wolfman
nice and big. Yeah. So they're doubling down on pirates. So there's huge pirate vibe in both of these stills that we've got. This one shows, if we look from kind of left to right, we can start here with Vane, who we saw in The Mandalorian season 3, and so obviously was a pirate in that. That pirate vibe continues over here. Working our way next over, and Vane's played by Marty Matulis. The next over, we've got Gunter. Gunter is played by Steve Urkel. Jaleel
Can
White.
I do that?
And he's got it looks like he's got like a Lobot headset on, kind of thing, with something over his eye, and then chest
Oh, he's a
box.
mod. He's a mod.
Yeah,
pirate.
yeah, he's like a mod kind of a thing. Next up, we've got the Wolfman. So this is Brutus. So Fred Tatasciore is the voice performer for this, and then the performance artist in the suit is Stephen Oyung. Next up, we've got this. Is this these guys with the 3 eyes? Is that a gran? Is that what that species is? I think a gran. I think that's what they're. His name is Pax, performed by Mike Estes.
Are you talking the 3-eyed guy?
The 3-eyed guy. Yeah.
Aren't they
Unless there's another 3-eyed.
Malastair? Aren't they from Malastair?
But they're gran. The species is the gran, and yeah, they're from Malastair. I think that's how it works. Somebody in the chat probably knows. And then the last one that's kind of cut off here, I guess, is Chaelt, Chaelt. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. Steph says yes, correct. Thank you. Played by Dale Soulis. So again, this is kind of like the pirate crew, and a lot of these suits were ones that we saw on display at D23. So I know they had Vane, Brutus, and Pax on display, I think, as the pirate crew that in the booth there. So next up, we've got a where are we at here? So we've got a close up of Jode Nawood, which is the name of Jude Law's character. And I'm obsessed with this jacket. This jacket's so cool. Everybody keeps asking me if I'm going to make it. Of course I am. To figure it out.
Why do all the guns look like pirate? Like
I think that he's got a very swashbuckler look kind of to him, and I think they're carrying that pirate vibe over onto the good guy side too. So, and again in the background we see the KB, Wim, Fern, and Neil, which we've talked about before. Those are the kids that are with Jode. We haven't heard him say his name out loud yet. So
Jude.
Yeah, right.
What if his Jedi name is just Jude?
Jude. I know that'd be funny.
But he spells it all weird.
Yeah.
Hey, Jude.
So remember, the show premieres on Disney Plus on December 3rd of this year, so it's not that far away. So we're going to start to get
that is soon.
New Star Wars goodness coming.
It's coming.
All right. Next up, Disneyland has announced that there is a new dining package coming to Galaxy's Edge. So in Disneyland, they've got this thing that they do occasionally where if you watch the fireworks from Batuu, and this is unique to Disneyland, this is not coming to the Florida park. If you watch the fireworks from Batuu, you get the same fireworks that everybody else sees, but they've got a special soundtrack that they play just in Galaxy's Edge that's Star Wars music. So in conjunction with that, starting in November, they're introducing a special dining plan that you can get to go with the event. So it's going to be available at Docking Bay 7. It includes access to a special viewing area where you can eat while the fireworks are going and watch the show. They haven't disclosed the pricing yet. Don't know when you'll be able to make reservations, and it will be a reservation kind of a thing.
It's too expensive, and it already sold out.
Yeah, probably.
It's probably that little area that overlooks the Falcon, which is kind of a bummer because that's a cool spot to watch the fireworks from.
Yeah.
I'm not
100% sure that's the spot. I think there's another spot that's actually not normally accessible to the public that they're going to do it from, but we'll see. They haven't announced it. I mean, just to take a closer look, I'm not familiar with the food that they had on the Star Cruiser, but somebody had commented that a lot of the items that are here look like things that had previously only been served on the Star Cruiser.
What's up, Nate? Nate's in the chat. He's been on that Star Cruiser. Give us the deets.
Hoping he'd chime in on this. So got a little bit of a close up here. So we've got like like chicken nuggets or whatever this is in the front. Some kind of dish with looks like blueberries on it in the back. Couple pastry kind of things. This one thing looks like an egg with, I don't know what's on it.
Those little
some other little
puff things are on that coffee drink.
Yeah.
There's
some chips along the side here, and then this glow in the dark green drink in the background. So this is what it's going to look like.
Jason says no, does not look like Star Cruiser food.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, it looks very in universe Star Wars inspired food, but this looks more like a $39.99 bento box, Star Wars bento box.
I'm gonna guess it's gonna cost more than that because of the special viewing area thing, but we'll see.
Yeah. I like that drink in the back though.
That's rad.
Yeah, it looks dope.
I miss me a Ronto wrap and some jet juice from Oga's.
Ronto wrap.
Fly out. Let's go. Come on, Brian. Okay. Next up. I
was gonna say we need a Disneyland trip. I haven't been in a while.
I know, same. Okay, book collectors, especially fans of the art of books, are going to be pleased to know that the Art of Star Wars Visions Volume 2 has been announced. So the book written by friend of the podcast, Amy Ratcliffe. Will hit bookstores and comic shops on April 29th, 2025. It's available to pre-order now, at least through Amazon it is. The hardcover book's going to have 192 pages, measure 11 inches by 10 inches. So it's a nice, decent sized hardback book. It'll be available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, most of the other bookstores and comic shops. I think the comic book shops are like the next day. For whatever reason, the bookstores are on the 29th, and I think the comic shops get it a day late. But you can pre-order it right now on Amazon.
Right.
And here's the cat yelling at me. So last up in the news, so Disney Plus has announced via Bloomberg that it's going to introduce 4 new always-on live streaming channels later this year. So, here's the cat jumping on my keyboard. Okay. So the official channel names are Real Life, which is like documentaries and biopics and stuff. Hallow Stream, which I didn't have any kind of description to that one. Throwbacks, which is all nostalgic content, and then Hits and Heroes. The Hits and Heroes channel is actually going to be a variety of action-oriented movies and shows from Disney itself, plus 2 of its flagship brands, Star Wars and Marvel. So these channels are going to be available to the premium subscribers. So that's the no advertisement tier. And then the content will be rotated on a monthly basis. Everybody's laughing at me, so I don't know what's going on.
No.
Not at
I
you.
was getting. We're laughing at John's audio.
Yeah.
Did you say what? Did you say biopic?
Some people say biopic.
I thought it was biopic.
It can be as biopic as well.
Oh.
I don't know. I've only ever heard it.
I googled it
Raimi's
real-
a little more cultured than you. So.
I googled it real quick. Like what? Like I thought I was like, what is a biopic?
I'll say
I think Urkel's character in Skeleton Crew is a biopic.
Oh,
Yeah, well, the thing that he has on his eye is a biopic. Yeah.
got it.
So I guess Disney Plus already has a news 24/7 streaming channel from ABC News, and then a kids one from Disney Junior. I'm trying to wrap my head around the need for a always on channel on Disney Plus.
Wait, isn't that just cable?
With content that you've already got access to play whatever you want? Like why do you need to give me a channel with Marvel and Star Wars stuff where you decide what I'm going to see and when?
They're playing the long
when
game.
I could
They're
just
gonna bring
go
it
and
back.
watch it.
They're going to bring
Well,
back television.
yeah.
It's so you can sit your kid down in front of it and not have to babysit them. That's
Or it's like you just want
right.
to, or you just want to turn
Yeah.
something on
Boo.
and have it playing.
Yeah, like a
And-
television.
Yeah,
it's
so-
like when we used to watch TV.
We
all
had
the
programming, yeah.
time. and you'd be flipping.
There'd be
you're
show
just
after
like-
show.
You're just flipping, trying to figure
Hey-
something out, and then you're all, Phantom Menace is on, and you just leave it
They've-
on. Like,
Yeah.
They've had that built in for a while now on the PBS Kids app on the TV. So like when you log into PBS Kids, there's a tile that says live, and then there's all the other tiles for all the streaming like Sesame Street and Peppa Pig and all that stuff. But when you go to the live thing, it's like watching live TV.
Right.
they're trying to get ahead of things coming back around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, there'll be audio cassettes and VHS. And they'll be like, oh, people like this.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out like how this would fit into my world. I would rather just decide what I want to watch and put it on and watch it. It'll be interesting to see like when the content's like if Phantom Menace is playing on the live channel, do they temporarily take it off of on demand?
No.
Nah.
But you know what's funny is if it's on live, you'll sit down and you'll watch it.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah,
I always will, like, if I'm cleaning the house or something, it's like a Sunday, like I'll just like flip on something, and then every once in a while, like, oh, I like this part, and you stop, you watch for a minute, go back to cleaning. Interesting.
But yeah, and that is it for the news.
This garbage is nothing like clone armor.
Looks a little tight on you, old man.
Yeah, at least I know how to wear it.
That's right, everybody. It's time for the weekly workbench. All right, gentlemen, who is working on what?
Oh, it's me. So we have an art show that all of us are a part of. the entire Dad Batch, including Joe.
I'm not in that. Someone
what are you
else
talking
is. John Rodriguez is. I don't know who that is.
It's John Rodriguez.
And same
I'm
with,
gonna have
with
him-
Steven Schulz.
I'm gonna have him fix it.
Never met
and
that guy.
I'm gonna have him fix it, and it's gonna just be Z's. It's just gonna go John Rodriguez.
As long
John
as it's spelled correctly, that's cool.
Rodriguez.
Yeah,
We'll get that fixed, dude. Okay.
Rodriguez. Who is
I
that?
don't care.
But
that's my artist name.
The tattoo shop that's by my wife and I's store called East here in North Carolina. Mark is his name. He has Friendship Tattoo. It's like right around the corner from us. He's super into art. Obviously, he is a artist. He's a tattoo artist. But he had an idea for like a group show called Strangest Things. He's a big Stranger Things fan. He loves it. So he kind of came up with this kind of concept of like vintage Halloween, kind of Stranger Things, like crazy stuff. So the Bad Batch was invited to be a part of it. I'm not going to give away all the details, but we're each doing like a mask, right? Like vintage Halloween mask. And we're all going to put a different spin on it. So I'm doing this super creepy. It's like a Japanese, like,
almost looks
like
like a
mask
Android
kinda?
or something.
Yeah, but it's kind of Androidy or whatever. But it's gonna be like a creepy Queen Amidala like zombie kind of thing.
John, what was that like that Japanese I think it was like a movie or something that was starring Scarlett Johansson?
Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell. Thank you. It's very that
Yeah.
mask that you have is very Ghost in the Shell.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Ghost in the Shell or Alita, Battle Angel, kind of that like style. So
That vibe.
so I'm kind of doing like a Japanese zombie Amidala type mask. So,
Zambadala.
yeah, and we have some special stuff too that's gonna incorporate all of us together, but we won't talk about that. And then I'm also working on
Damn, that's
this
a cool helmet.
from Gaucho Props, John Rodriguez. It's his now. It's gone, right? You don't do these anymore.
I don't do those anymore. Do you have the ears for those?
I gotta print them.
Okay.
I have the files, so
All right.
and someone has a rangefinder for me. I'm pretty sure.
Do you need that?
goes on
Well,
my-
you
that
gotta.
goes- That's for my other helmet. I'm not doing it on this one. I'm not doing the rangefinder on this.
Black.
I have 20 of them, so
No. So this one's. I need one for my helmet.
whenever you come out, you can grab one.
This is going to be at our store as well, and I'm kind of doing. Our store has this really cool, like 80-year-old tile that's like a white with a green and a burgundy. So I got the white down. I got the tile's really old, so it's not crisp white. It's like
An off-white.
khaki washed kind of almost. But so it doesn't show up here on the video, but it's white with like a khaki kind of spray over it, and then I'm gonna like wash it in a khaki color too, and then wet sand it, and then start to add all my other colors. But working on that slowly but surely. Plasti dip the inside. I like to do that on everything. It covered up John's beautiful signature though. But
That is weird, but
the Plasti dip,
yeah, it's not that.
I like it. I like it dull and black on the inside, so no light like reflects inside. Like if you get any light in from underneath or through your visor or something, I just like that black look on the inside. I don't know. Something I always do on all my helmets.
I do the
I
same
know
thing.
it covered up your signature. Okay, thank you. It covered up your signature. That was the saddest part about it. But I know what your signature looks like. So, and it's there. You just got to peel the Plasti dip off.
No, it's plastic dip, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But
Okay.
that's it. I have really, every week it's like Workbench comes up and I'm like, what are you working on? Well, I built a rack in my garage for work stuff. But I actually have things. Oh, there it is.
There's your lineup, Brian.
Yeah. Steven's name is spelt wrong. Ramey's is spelt right, amazingly.
Weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
My
but,
name's spelled wrong.
Yeah. John.
But you got
John-
Carl Testy right.
John, I didn't do these, so Mark did these.
Carl
If,
Testy.
if my wife Tori would have done these, it would have been correct. But yeah, there's a bunch of tattooers on there and some friends that we have, some artist friends. So super fun. It's gonna be fun.
I would have found the name Carl Testy in a phone book when I was a kid and totally pranked him.
And called him.
Hey, Yeah.
It's Carl Testy there.
You got
Yeah.
a brother.
There have been some instances where those names that fall in that range have gotten phone
How
calls
many
from.
testes are there in the house?
Is his name? You got a brother named Jimbo Testy?
I also carbon dated myself there by saying what a phone book was.
Phone book, yeah. Hey.
Mentioning phone book at all.
Oh man, but I'm stoked on this Queen Amidala mask. This thing's gonna be kind of cool. I'm actually getting excited. So I just put like some metallic paint down just because I'm trying to copy John, but it's not a Lumiluster, so it's just cheap spray paint. I don't know. I have a habit of just kind of putting that down sometimes because sometimes when the paint scratches off, then you can see that. But
Like it.
just wasting paint. Just wasting paint. Honestly, I'm covering up print lines, which you can kind of
Looks
see
good,
there's some
though.
on there.
That's
Looks
fine,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. It's creepy.
It's super
Like
creepy.
I put a picture up.
It's
I put a
nightmare
picture
fuel.
of it up in my little like
The mask is not
Have a-
creepy. When you
put
put
a
it
hood
on,
on
it's
that.
creepy.
Yeah.
Put a hood on that.
Yeah.
That is
You
weird.
just put it on a stand. That's
Little
when
pan.
I have like a plastic bin on its side that like if I'm painting in my garage, I'll like put it in there to kind of contain the paint. And I took a picture of it inside there and posted it, and it's just so like it's nightmare fuel for sure.
yeah.
Maybe the deer saw you working on that thing and you scared them all away.
No, they're still there. They're in my yard every day.
Those
So,
don't
here,
mind.
I'll put a picture in Probably Life right now of the one today. So I'm done. Thank you.
So I, unlike Brian, all I've been working on is construction stuff at the house.
Mm.
So demolition of the new studio is complete. Paint and everything up is put up. Started moving into the studio yesterday. Actually, started moving in last night. So I think, guys, this is the last time you'll see me recording here where I'm at in this studio. Next week I should be in the new one. So yeah, I'm very excited because there's all new furniture, all new hardware, all new background stuff. It's going to be very, very YouTubey. I'm going to be a YouTuber. I'm gonna moonlight as a YouTuber. I can subscribe.
Got all the LEDs and everything.
Oh yeah. Do you guys remember? When we did the interview with D. Bradley Baker?
So I was thinking.
And his closet looked like Christmas threw up in a closet.
Yeah.
It's gonna look like that. Just full RGB disco. So that's it. And then I think let's see. This weekend I've got Ramey's coming over for some build sesh. For like we're gonna do what, 2 days straight build sesh?
Possibly. Yeah.
So John, if you have any free time, come on over.
Well, this Saturday I can't.
Okay. Well, that's it.
Is that it?
Well, that's it.
Well,
Yep.
That.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Oh boy. I put all of my stuff that I've been working on onto a little slideshow. Make it easier to go through and look at. No, well, I'm wearing a Deadpool costume. I didn't want to grab all of the things and run around the house, so I just did this. So yeah, I've been working on doing a new Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett EE3. I got this file that I pretty much completely resin printed it. The middle part of the barrel. I'm pointing at my camera like you guys can see my finger on the screen. The middle part of the barrel is the only PLA part. Everything else was ABS like resin. And oh no, that's not true. The part of the stock where it connects to the handle and meets the stock, the middle piece there, I actually printed that and the stock in PLA, but I printed it horizontally to give it strength. And it actually also gave, it was the only thing on the whole print that I didn't sand down was the stock to give the horizontal print lines almost a bit of a texture for the wood grain when I went and finished the wood
Yeah, I
grain
can
out.
see that. It looks good.
Yeah, it actually was kind of a neat hypothetical experiment that I started on, and then it ended up turning out pretty good. I think I hit it a teeny bit with the sander to knock it down a little bit, but overall that was kind of the idea. Yeah, so that's been a lot of fun. I previously had scratch built my ESB FET blaster with like I bought some Greeblies, over the years past, and it's just been long overdue for something a little bit more accurate. And this was a really good kit. It was a lot of fun to put together. It really truly like snapped together pretty easily once everything was printed. And this was a piece I'm working on. It's just some of that Minute FET armor I bought a while back. He had a B grade sale on some vacuum formed chest pieces for Mandos, like season 3, just kind of Deathwatchy Mando style. So I snapped up a couple sets from him, and this one, it looks a little bit kind of Boba Fettish there on the green, but it actually does have a little bit more of like a bluish hue to it,
like that.
mixed under the green. Yeah. So it doesn't steer, that's actually in my garage too, so the light isn't super great, but natural light, it's got a little bit more of a bluish sea film kind of vibe to it. So just chit chatting away while I knock those out. So Brian mentioned the Halloween show, and I'm going kind of vintage Halloween mask, like you would see on like a Ben Cooper 1980s, to the 90s, cheapo Halloween costume with the little rubber string mask and bib apron costume style. I'm doing Kenner Emperor Palpatine. I found this file, kind of blew it up, printed it out in PLA, and then gone over it a couple times with some putty and filler, and starting to get it to where it needs to be. So
creepy.
It looks so weird. I can't wait. I'm going to paint it like vintage Ben Cooper. It's going to end up looking more like their like stock witch mask. So hyped on that. And then this is a Mando. So that's an existing Mando bucket I had, and I printed out this visor quite a while ago, and I just actually finished it off. And hold on, I've got a guest at my door. 1 second. What up, dude?
Ziggy!
Hi.
Hey, bud.
What's up, buddy?
Ziggy.
He wanted to come say what up to the crew and say goodnight as he gets ready for bed here. So I wrap up the Wednesday.
Good night, kiddo.
Say what up to
Good
the dudes.
night.
Later, bud.
What you're gonna be for Halloween? We're talking about Halloween costume kind of stuff right now.
I'm gonna be Quick Man.
From what game?
Mega Man.
Oh,
Two.
sweet.
Mega Man
That's
2.
awesome.
Not
Yeah,
Mega Man 1, Mega Man 2.
2. That's right. Mega Man 2.
Rockman.
So we're 3D printing it out right now. He is snooping in on the podcast right now because my mom showed him the YouTube version of us on TV and like put it on the TV, and he's like, "Whoa, Dad's on TV! Can you do it?"
Now you're on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He's on TV now.
Now
too.
you're here too. Now you can go up and backtrack on the YouTube and watch
You can
yourself.
see yourself on TV. Yeah.
And you get
And-
to show grandma too, and she's gonna see on because my mom's a viewer. She's a liker and subscriber. So
Yeah. Shout out to Grandma, dude.
that's right. Say
She
what up
better
to
be subscribing.
What up to Grandma?
Next thing you know, Xander's gonna be all.
yeah. He's gonna be coming in here pretty soon. All right, I'll see you up there after I get done here. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And are you gonna be done?
Pretty soon ish.
Mhm.
I'll see you in a little
Good
bit.
answer.
Bye.
Good answer. Pretty soon ish.
Pretty soon ish.
That's pretty flexible. Yeah.
That's subjective. Yeah. And yeah, thanks, dudes. He was like so psyched to like drop in, and I heard him knocking a couple times earlier, and I had it on mute. It's like later. Like texting my wife, like send him down a little bit.
It happens.
Oh yeah, no, he's so excited. So then I took out I mentioned this, I think the week before. I wasn't on last week. I was busy with family and work stuff, couldn't make it. But the week before, I mentioned that I started weathering my Vader saber that I got from Legion Sabers. And so I took it out and took some really nice photos of it. And just, sometimes you got to put on the Vader costume and go stand in an empty parking garage, swing that thing around.
Why not?
Yeah. Swing on that thing. Yep. And I think that's pretty much it for my workbench. Oh, you know what? Check this out. I am growing out this hair.
I'm about to make a name for myself.
I'm about to make a name for myself. So, growing some Gambit hair.
About to make a name for myself.
No, see, there's Amy.
Oh, yeah, Amy's up.
Hi, Amy.
Hi. What's Amy going to be for Halloween? Does she know?
What are you going to be for Halloween? Do you remember? You're going to be a witch?
And I want to wear the sparkly skirt.
Sparkly skirt.
Ooh, sparkly skirt
witch. A witch with a sparkly skirt. I've been trying to get, like, she has the Jawa costume. She has this cool Jedi, like, little kid costume.
Yeah.
She wants to wear the same witch, right? You've worn for like 1,000 times already.
Okay. Well.
No, when I was 3, I wear Mommy Shark.
Oh, you are Mommy Shark. You're right. You're right.
Dun, 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 dun. Mommy Shark.
Yeah. Oh, is it my turn?
No, we just wanted.
Okay.
We just want to see Amy.
Wow. I go with Mommy.
So I've been busy working on something that Steven and I are not ready to show the world quite yet. But that will be coming together here soon, and we'll be able to pull back the curtain on that. What, roughly a month from now?
I mean, we can say when and where people can see it.
Okay, can we?
Yeah.
Okay, you'll be able to see it at New York Comic Con next month. Do we want to say like specifically where?
Okay,
at New York Comic-Con?
So let's not confuse the listeners. So we will be at LA Comic Con in an official capacity as the Dad Batch.
Correct.
For our panel. But then 2 weeks later, we're gonna be in New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
Supporting
the homies.
Yeah, I think we can say that, but we just can't say what we're doing.
Correct.
So
obviously we helped our friends at Heroes and Villains out for San Diego Comic-Con. We'll be hanging out with them again in New York. They've got a totally different theme going on, so it'll be a little bit of a different vibe for it than what we had at San Diego. So planning on a lot of stuff going into getting this thing ready, though. So we're excited to see it coming together.
Can I talk a little bit about it, Remy?
Go ahead. I'm trying to not. I don't know what I don't know what we can and can't say, so I'm trying to dance very carefully here.
Okay. So we had. I mean, if we talked about it on the show, and I think there was a lot of our listeners that saw the booth, the Heroes and Villains booth at San Diego. And that was an amazing booth. But space is very limited in San Diego. Booth space is very limited. So with booth space being limited, our creativity was also limited. We had very tight constraints to work within. Whereas New York, they've Heroes and Villains has a huge booth. I think it's 40 by 40.
Damn.
Huge.
And they let us run with a lot of stuff on this. So we're very excited. And they obviously they want to have their booth be a surprise as to what the theme is. But oh man, it's going to be so good.
It's really cool.
It's 20 feet by 30 feet. The booth.
Yeah, same thing.
40 by 50, whatever.
Close
Big.
enough.
CH.
Which is more than twice
San
the
Die-
size of the one they have in San Diego.
San Diego, New York.
Well, the New York booth you can actually go in, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because if you look at their booth from last year at New York, last year's Heroes and Villains booth was the Xavier, the X-Men mansion,
Oh,
Damn.
and all their
Yeah.
all their merchandise was like as if you're going to the X-Men school or the academy or whatever.
yeah. Xavier
yeah.
School for gifted children.
Mm-hmm.
This year it's not that. This year it's different, but it's good. It's gonna be good.
It's different.
It's different.
I'm different. Yeah.
And then the only other thing I've been working on, Brian talked about the event at East. He showed off like the mask that he's doing, so as did Luke. So my mask is going to be I wanted it to look like one of the old 1970s like Halloween masks that you'd get. And so I actually found, and so I was going to do like a replica of my Mando helmet, my orange Mando helmet. So I found like a cheap plastic Halloween Boba Fett helmet.
Awesome.
And I like the only thing that I had to do to modify it was I had to fill in the little triangle indentations that are here. But I filled those in. It's primed right now, and I'm starting to lay down the colors. So I've got the black and the blue. I'll get orange on there tomorrow and continue. I've been seeing these. I don't know what the right name is. I don't know, John, if it was like cell shading or whatever, but like this like comic book style art.
Cell
like
shading.
you see these cars. Like I've seen cars that are done like this.
It's
where
so cool.
it looks like
Dude,
they use
you're on my
paint pens and
algorithm.
stuff.
You're on
Yeah,
my
they-
algorithm.
I'm
They
on your
use
person.
paint pens and stuff.
You sent that to all of us when I went down a rabbit hole.
We're all seeing
So
that. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go get some paint pens. Once I get the base colors laid down, I'm gonna go get
Sick.
some paint pens, and I'm gonna try and play with that and see if I can get that kind of vibe, because that's
Nice.
what this thing would have looked like if it had been made back in the 70s.
Yeah.
That was really
So
Cool.
nice.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
that's it for my workbench.
All right. What have I been doing?
Nothing.
Nada. Next. No. I had a commission for Wolverine gauntlets and claws for some dude in
nice.
France, and he was like, I need them by October 3rd. I have an event. Blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, okay. So I just shipped it out today, and it should be like 6 to 10 days. So he should get it like either a week before or a few days before. So he should get it regardless.
Nice.
So that was cool. And I also sent out a Helldiver kit to France today as well. So 2 things went to France today, which
Oh
was
wow.
kind of cool. Yeah.
Anybody that we know,
Worldwide.
we've got some friends over there.
Well, yeah. The Helldiver, the Wolverine stuff, you guys don't know. It's some guy that just reached out.
Mm.
But the Helldiver stuff is Labyrinth. Labyrinth.
Oh,
Nice.
He'd been
he's
waiting a little while.
diving.
Yeah,
Nice.
he's diving. He'd been waiting a while, and he was super cool. He's like, I'm not in a rush because they take a while for
He's gonna add screens everywhere. He'll be like,
Screen. Hey.
Yeah, Mandalonics will build all the screens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
That's
Yeah,
good.
there's room for stuff there. Yeah, so he's getting his kit, and what else? And I've been working on some Wolverine stuff of my own. As you can see on the YouTube, I'm wearing the suit, and I've got the gauntlets on, and I've got the shoulders. And I mean, the suit's awesome. I can like move around in it really well. It fits really nicely.
hey, wasn't Brian supposed to get suited up this week? I listened to last week's pod.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were gonna do like a live suit up.
Yeah, looks like he's not.
We should do it next week and then put some like burlesque music over it as he does it.
Yeah. He said he would, but whatever. Guess not. I wanted to talk about this thing. So last Wednesday, I played footy in the morning, and if you guys were listening or remember the pod, I talked about hurting my hand. It was all wrapped up, whatever. My finger is still messed up. A lot of the swelling went down. It's still a little swollen, and it still hurts a lot. I didn't go to the hospital, but the day it happened, I was talking to you guys, and Steven sent me files for one of these, and it's
What is that?
basically like a thumb stabilizing splint, and it saved me. I was able to continue playing footy because I wouldn't be able to play if I didn't have something like to sort of shield it. It's awesome. It helps so much. Like I said, my thumb is still messed up, but I don't use this unless I'm going to play football now or whatever. So awesome. It's crazy. Technology's insane, and save some money.
Talk about the process of what you did with that.
Oh, well, you sent me the file, and I put it in the slicer, and by now we kind of are familiar with the size of our print beds, and we can kind of eyeball what something might, like I think that fits, judging by the size of the build plate, the size of the model, whatever. I scaled this up 5% to 105% just by eyeballing it, and I printed it in resin on my Jupiter. It took like 5 hours, I think, 5 or 6 hours. And I didn't do much. I cleaned it with water. It's water washable resin. Got all the supports off, whatever. I sanded a few pieces, like the inside of the thumb area, whatever. And I added some elastic with a little bit of Velcro just so it stays on, because it's like half a hand, It's like whatever. And that was it. And I used it, and it's so awesome. The people I play with were tripping out. They're like, "You didn't go to a hospital? Like what? Like you printed that at home?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like I just printed it." And it's amazing. I feel like
When Ramey and I went to Rapid TCT, the 3D printer convention, there was a booth. I think it was HP's booth, and they were like touting
medical things.
Yeah, like HP was touting that they're going to be the future of 3D printing because they have all this like medical applications and
there was a booth there. They were like, they had like I don't know the right name for it. Like they had like a simulated like limb that had been cut off, and they had like all these prosthetics that were all 3D printed that you could put onto the limb that did various things. It was crazy. So
that's awesome.
I met a lady that works for like a giant 3D printing company where they make printers, but then they also print titanium dental pieces.
Oh, wow.
So like if you have like a certain dental applications, they have like metal studs and stuff. They 3D print them out of titanium.
Wow.
I just went to the dentist like 2 weeks ago, and they replaced one of my crowns, and the crown, like literally the first thing they do when I got in the chair was they
mold it.
No, they stuck this thing in my mouth that was like a scanner, and it scans your original tooth and like everything around it, and then they sent that to the printer. And then so while they're doing the procedure of the root canal and all that stuff, my new crown was printing, and they showed me, like I told them like, oh, like I'm into 3D printing.
Show me your gear,
And they showed me they're just printing on a Formlabs 1 or something like.
Oh.
And the only difference between what they do and what we do is that their resin is like
it's special.
Grade.
Yeah.
It's like $300 a bottle or something.
Yeah. It's like non-toxic, like safe to like ingest.
Well, and durable too.
Yeah.
Well, they put the
It's like zirconia, like some sort of zirconia, whatever. But
it's almost like
sick.
John's living the future, man. John's.
But I'll say this: I wish you're wearing your Wolverine suit now. Going back to your Wolverine suit, like if people saw the before. Like you've done a lot to it.
Oh yeah, I
really,
airbrushed
really good.
I mean, then the light in the camera, I feel like, is washing out a lot of the details. It's like super textured, and you can see it really nicely. And I'm super happy, even with the sleeves on. I like the sleeves. The sleeves are cool. Yeah. Like if it's cold,
the sleeves come off or no?
They do. There's zippers under the sleeve. Yes, there's zippers.
Yeah.
I could just
White Sheep leather is amazing. I actually heard of them from Luke. I think Luke was the one that exposed me to White Sheep first.
Oh Oh, white.
Pakistan,
Sheep.
white
sheep leather.
sheep
Yeah.
leather.
Yeah,
Okay.
they did my very first Captain America costume, and then they proceeded to like get really involved with. There were a couple of different Captain America Facebook groups, and we kind of just cornered those guys and like sent them
Everyone
ideas
ordered
for patterning and all of the accurate details, and then they just exploded from there and started doing like every Marvel kind of DC based costume. And really,
My Winter Soldier was from White Sheep. Your Winter Soldier was from White Sheep, right?
I hit them up when Fallout 76 came out. I hit them up about doing that vault suit, and they were like, "We don't make this one." And I'm like, "Here's all of the references because we had the game, so it's like the whole, all the references, all the sleeves, all the." And my suit was the prototype for that suit, and then they started selling them a bunch. But that
no way. Oh, that's funny.
Was mine, yeah. Got another suit. I had Red Guardian from them as well.
Oh, that's great. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah. Oh.
And they just started off as like they were like a motorcycle jacket company. They're just from Pakistan, right? I think it's Pakistan.
Well, look at this. I mean, how do I show?
It's really good.
The detail on this fabric.
It's really good
in the camera.
Yeah, they've gotten
like
so
crazy
good.
Texture, yeah.
It's amazing. My Daredevil was from them too. Yeah,
they also did. I did a brown like suit Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of like not kind of. It was my own design, and I sketched up what I kind of thought it could look like. Couple different angles, like front, back, 3/4 profile sketch, and then some notes on materialization and stuff. And they sent it. Oh, nice, you found Chicky. Okay, good job. This is Chicky. He was searching for him.
Yeah, Chicky.
Chicky is very valuable. All right, get Chicky out of here. I got Chicky is, we ever lose Chicky and everything's gonna fall apart. Chicky's been with us a long time. But yeah, they literally like sent me samples of this suit as I was kind of working back and forth with it on. They're great to work with. They're super.
Yeah.
The fact that they're doing that Wolverine suit now with that fabric is testament to their stuff.
In the chat, because I hit them up a little bit. The suit, they're like, it's going to take 25 days. I'm like, sweet, no problem. And when the 25th day hit, I was like, I'm excited. Like, any updates, anything? And they're like, and they only sent me pictures of the rolls of the fabric, and they're like, new fabric. And I'm like,
yeah,
go, awesome. They showed me a glove that was finished, and then they had rolls of the fabric. They're like, this is the brand new textured. I'm like, go, whatever. Sorry, I bugged you. Like, go for it. and then it had shipped by then, but those were the photos they sent me. It's just like, here's the awesome new fabric. I'm like, dope. Thank you. Goodbye.
Nice.
Yeah.
Only suggestion I would make is make sure your communication with them is clear and easy to read, because there is a language. There's a language barrier, and if you're kind of like, oh yeah, just do it like this, then
no. You got to be very specific.
Yes.
And not only that, I know we've ordered stuff from them several times, whatever. And usually, like the Fallout suit was the sizing was a little off.
Yeah.
And I think the Red Guardian was okay, actually. I don't think it was bad.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, the belt and the strap thing might have been a little weird, but this suit is like the first suit I feel like fits perfectly.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to get anything.
It fits you really good.
It fits me well, and it's tight and in the right areas, I guess. And yeah, I mean, with everything else added, it kind of, even with the sleeves, like, I'm not buff in any way, but it looks okay. I don't.
It looks great.
Yeah. So.
All those costumes are a great base, and you add your weathering and your extra pieces.
Details. Yeah.
And a lot of those costumes.
They sent the gauntlets and they sent shoulders, but it's like fabric. It's like leatherette.
Yeah.
It's like you can almost use those pieces for some other costume potentially. Like you're doing,
you could probably paint it and some soft part for something else. Yeah,
or a liner for something if you needed it.
Yeah, totally.
That's my experience too. Like just using like them as a base, as Brian said, and building off of it. Yeah.
And the only thing I'm not stoked on, it came with some boot covers because I don't have boots yet. I'm using my black boots and the boot covers are kind of whack. Yeah. But
they're trying to offer a whole costume,
a whole ensemble. Yeah. And actually, it's dope. The suit itself is a really good base. Like I even like put the bullet holes and the little gash and stuff. But you need stuff like this, like the armor, to kind of complete it a little bit. Even the claws. I have the claws with the gauntlet with the hand plates and stuff, and
Yeah.
Like, you need that stuff because even the gloves had like fabric claw holder type thing, and I just snipped it right off. Didn't put Velcro right over it.
Nice.
But yeah,
Looks good. Looks really good.
Yeah, dude, I'm stoked for you, man.
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Stoked to roll around as ketchup and mustard here soon enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna shave everything. I'm gonna shave the mustache and
Just-
trim the beard and
Just get a
have the
glizzy.
Nice.
Just walk around with hot dogs. Just plain hot dogs in a bun.
If you guys are ketchup and mustard, who's gonna be the wiener and the bun?
Brian.
Well, yeah, probably Brian.
Probably Joe, honestly. Joe. Just a giant wiener.
Joe will be the wiener. Brian will be the bun.
And we're ketchup and mustard.
Just making me hungry.
Just walking around in a bun costume.
Chasing you guys.
I'm touching myself tonight.
Oh God, this suit's wedgies, man.
I can't believe you've taken it off, dude.
Yeah, I'm kind of warm too.
It's a bit cumbersome. Ah, boy, here we go. So Marvel put up their show schedule for the New York Comic Con. Speaking of talking NYCC, so on Marvel.com they have the full schedule for the whole weekend. So go look that up. All kinds of good programming from their side. Deathlock 50-year anniversary. If anybody is familiar with Deathlock, this is a issue that's kind of looked at like as an annual for the year. Multiple artists, multiple writers, small anthologies built in around the birthday for Deathlock, who is a super dope character, super obscure. I've got some future segments where I want to get into lists of some of my favorite obscure characters, and Deathlock is high on that list. He kind of like a mercenary that was, fighting, kind of war stuff, and then had an accident in his line of work. They brought him back. The government wanted to control him, but then he kind of bucked his programming and turned into a vigilante kind of character. But super long history, man. We just talked about Wolverine's 50-year anniversary a couple of pods ago. So testament to what Marvel does with building these characters over time and reintroducing them every couple generations. Luther Manning, Deathlock. Love that guy. Some MCU stuff we got in the mix. I Am Groot series is coming back for Disney, but it's actually going to debut on the Marvel YouTube channel called Marvel HQ. And I'm sure they'll probably add it into Disney Plus at some point, but I guess it's set to premiere on Marvel HQ, which is probably them just looking to build their YouTube presence. But those little shorts were super funny. I'm stoked this series is coming back. My boys really like Baby Groot, and that's been somewhat of their.
I never watched it.
Yeah, they're like little 4 or 5 minute shorts. I think there's like about a dozen of them. Funny.
I am Groot.
I am Groot. Kind of just flying through these, but they were kind of light on the news this week. Oh my god!
It's the Marvel Minute, dude, not the Marvel half hour.
I could stretch it out if you'd like me to, and then talk about Marvel for a minute or two.
Yes. Stuck on it.
BPW hitting Disney. Yeah, I'll keep moving past my joke there.
Fast, right?
Yeah, it is really fast. It feels very fast for this to hit. But I imagine it's just them wanting to maximize potential.
The views.
It's just Disney making sure that Raimi gets to see it. So,
I mean, it made enough money at the box office. Let's be honest. So,
They're like, let's just get it out there for everybody. To
Yeah,
see
they're like, why wait? Let's just go ahead. Like,
But you know what? If
Yeah,
it's
awesome.
gonna be on, don't we normally get like a what do you call it? Like a oh my god, what am I thinking of? The DVDs, what do they call them? Hard copies.
Blu-rays.
Don't we normally?
Oh,
what are you
yeah,
talking
like,
about?
Don't
What
we
is that?
normally get those first before digital,
VHS?
or is it the other way around?
I think digital
Are they
hits
making
first
it?
usually
Ah,
because you don't have to make it; they just distribute it.
But it's usually a good 5 or 6 months.
There's no
after a
physical
movie.
things to make.
Like
I want.
out
Thank you.
theater,
The physical
right?
copy. I
Physical
want the physical copy that's gonna have like all the
Oh hell yeah! I'm getting that
deleted
too.
things and
I already have the first two in Blu-ray, so I'm definitely gonna do the third. Yeah, 100%.
because they don't give you like Disney Plus doesn't give you all that stuff, right?
I think they give you a couple extras and stuff. Yeah, they do.
But not
I
all
don't know
the
if
same
it's
stuff.
all of it.
you-
I don't know if it's all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ramey's got it on Laserdisc.
Oh, man. We're talking laser discs. We're talking phone books. This app.
Betamax.
Beta.
Laserdiscs are like a size of a record. weren't
Yeah, they were big.
And you had to flip them over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they were
Double-sided.
double sided. Like it
Never
was only
had
half
a-
the movie on one side.
I
You had
remember
to
watching
literally flip it over.
Terminator 2 on Laserdisc, and yeah, you had to flip it over to the other side.
I
to
never
continue.
had one. I
Yeah.
Have one of
Laserdisc,
those.
was that like the giant record album kind of
It was like
12-inch
Yeah.
record? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was before DVD. Well, no, it was like fancy DVDs, right?
It was
Like,
it was CD technology, but on a bigger platter. So it was a record size disc, and yeah, literally, it was only like 90 minutes tops on one side. So on many movies, you had to flip it over and play on the other side just to get the whole.
but weren't they supposed to be like higher resolution than a DVD? Or did Laserdisc come out?
I think
and then
Laserdisc
DVD and
is a
then-
predecessor. Yeah.
I don't
Laser
remember.
discs were before DVDs. Yeah, and I don't know that.
Someone
it was
fact
better.
check us there in the chat. Come on.
I don't know if
Pretty
this
sure.
alien technology ever hit Portland in the 90s. I have to look back.
They just
The reality is
skipped
when
Skipped us.
when laser discs were out, TVs were not as good as they were when DVDs came
Yeah.
out. So I can't imagine it was. If it was better, nobody knew it because they couldn't.
It looked crappy anyways.
Your old tube didn't really show that much resolution, anyways.
I only knew like a couple people with Laserdisc, and it was like, ooh, fancy.
Talking
Like-
about old stuff. Do you guys remember how much TVs used to weigh?
The tube TVs.
Tube
Yeah.
TVs and stuff.
That was
Oh
a
my
thick
God.
thick piece of glass.
The first TV I remember having, like in our family, was like in a gigantic wooden cabinet that was
Yep.
like TV.
Yeah.
It was a piece of furniture, and it was only like 30 inches or something
Yeah.
silly, right? Yeah.
Quadenza.
Yeah. They go to my grandparents. It was always watching the Grand Ole Opry on this screen that's this big, but the TV was like a giant entertainment center.
Oh boy, technology.
That's awesome, though, man.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
here we go.
Oh, here we go.
So I went with the obligatory "all hail null" joke, but I almost went with
Hell no.
Null and Void, but too close to the void with Deadpool and Wolverine, so I went this way. I saw you, John, and Stevie both react to Null in the chat when this little news tidbit came up this last week. So
dude.
you guys are gonna have to explain to me and maybe the others who
Oh.
Null is. I don't know, and I'm a comics boy.
He's
I haven't.
he's the god of the symbiotes.
Whoa.
Right? He's
So
the
he
one
was-
that created them.
Yeah. So okay. So he's actually from the 6th universe or the 6th creation. So as far as we know, like Galactus and Erishim and all the Celestials, they're part of the 7th I forgot what it's called. It's like the seventh existence or something.
Hmm.
Well, in the 6th of existence, Null was there, and then on the 7th, when the 7th happened, all the Celestials kind of like made Null he was in charge of all the darkness, and then so when they started to create the new existence or the new reality, he kind of got pissed off. He was like, "Hey, what's all this light that you guys are doing here?" Yeah, he was like, "I just like dark stuff," and so he got he got super pissed off. So then he created all the symbiotes to kind of like
Messing people.
kind of
It's like
yeah,
envelop the galaxy in darkness, and
dude.
and the cool thing,
Yep.
the cool thing is we actually saw like the little Easter eggs to him in Thor: The Dark World, or
Yep.
Thor
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder, because when Gore the God Butcher gets the Necro Sword, that's Null's.
That's his sword, right?
Oh wow, okay. I
Yeah.
have seen that sword in comics, like on some covers, dealing with some Venom stuff that's been happening over the last
Yeah.
couple, I guess, years. This guy's been around.
Well, because in the comics, stuff happens, and Venom gets like different powers, and
Hmm.
I don't know if it's in the film, so I don't want to really.
Yeah,
say.
but Norman Reedus, I guess, is playing Null.
That's wild.
Pretty wild.
It's not confirmed yet, and he hasn't. They haven't said
Oh,
anything.
is it
But
really? Oh, okay, boy. Yeah,
that's like it's a pretty
I think you
solid
started
rumor.
rumors.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, this is Left
Like,
Coast
he told
Avengers
me.
backdoor rumor mill or whatever. Back alley.
Records rumors.
Yeah,
Records rumors
Dude,
got
but-
lost in Left Coast's back alley.
Record got lost in the void and found some Marvel rumors for us.
But this
That's
is
cool.
this is very good news, because we do know that this is definitely
But
Tom
Null
Hardy's.
sure in it, right? Like he was shown in the trailer, correct?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, and
he
yeah,
was.
they said his name like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, they did
But-
say. it.
We know for sure this is Tom Hardy's last Venom movie. Not necessarily his last appearance as Venom, because
Sure.
pretty sure he's going to be in Secret Wars. But this is going to be a really good way to, if Sony and Marvel do this right, if Sony does this right, this will be a good way to bring Venom into the MCU proper with Null.
Rad.
So they
Exactly.
probably
Exactly.
will, right?
I was
'Cause it's-
just thinking that there would be a find a way to get that the Venom symbiote into another universe via Null, right? I was just thinking that. I don't know. I agree.
I like the Venom movies. I really like Tom Hardy too. He's awesome, and he does jujitsu. So
Yeah,
he's
we
purple
know.
belt.
Yeah.
Doesn't
You
he?
think you
Doesn't
could
he
beat
just
him?
show up like unannounced?
Yeah, he
Like-
competes. He just shows up and competes. It's pretty
He's
cool.
also like a musician. Like he does some music.
I heard he also catches deer. Like he's got like so much.
Oh,
Like he's got so many like.
at least someone
probably.
does.
Did you see? I think I forwarded it in the chat, but for anyone else that didn't see it, it's pretty funny. He did like a commercial with Dana White from the UFC promoting
yeah.
Venom, because they like advertised in the last pay-per-view for the movie, and he did like a commercial, and it's really funny. You can probably find it on YouTube. It's pretty hilarious. It's funny.
Dude, yeah,
It's Tom
Venom.
Hardy.
Venom hype.
Yeah.
Speaking of Venom hype, we are going to end with
Ne-
Bucket Wars.
Breaking news.
Steven's new chase.
Is that a popcorn bucket? Is that a Venom popcorn bucket?
I
That's a
already
Venom
sent it in the chat, dude. You didn't see it?
Yeah, John sniffed out this news, and I threw a last minute slide in to talk popcorn buckets.
Bro, I
New
told
contender
you.
for 2024.
Sorry, Wolverine.
I love
You're gonna
that.
have to. Oh man.
You're getting pushed to the side.
That's okay.
That thing is pretty freaking.
That's aggressive.
Oh,
That's
man.
aggressive.
You guys think it? You guys think it has a full tongue?
I don't know, but
Not
it
yet.
adds a whole new layer to Venom's quote of "I'm going to eat your brain, Spider-Man."
Yeah. What was the first gimmick popcorn bucket?
Dune.
Dune? I think it was Dune.
Dune.
Yeah,
Mm.
in this new wave of them, it was the Dune one.
Or did
Well, the
Star Wars
Star Wars Park one, or like AT-AT
I
buckets?
have the AT-AT one here, but that's
Yeah,
in the
that-
park though.
yeah.
It's not a movie.
Disney's been doing them for a while at the parks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So technically,
get a-
they just pulled that into the movie
get a-
theaters.
You can get a mouse droid one for a while there. They had the AT-AT one.
I have a super old Darth Vader one.
That's
The
okay.
head pops off. I have the Falcon.
Oh, and I have the First Order Execution Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Popcorn bucket head.
Mm.
Yeah, the top of the head comes up.
Nice.
Bucket
So,
Wars.
This is a good one to round out 2024. We'll see who else brings the heat
Ooh.
after this one.
Oh, next year they're going to be like $55, and they're going to
Yeah.
like have lights and stuff in them. And
Yeah, it'll be part of the experience.
That's it for the Marvel Minute, boys.
In the Deadpool costume and Wolverine winning.
I want to clean my gun and be alone with my thoughts. And I don't need to talk about anything else.
How you doing, Brian?
I'm good. We're going to change this segment to Crosshairs Daily Deer. That came from Steph. I posted it in Pablo Life already, so that's it.
You'll do it, man. You'll get one.
You'll get it, bro. You'll get it. Just run out
I
with a
mean,
knife.
Think
Like
about
Rambo.
It.
Yeah.
Like, think about it this way. How long have you been trying? 3 years?
It's my third season.
Right. But I mean, how long does it normally take, like, someone, like, you know, if you grew up there or something, how long would it take you to catch one?
When they were like
First summer
when they were
out,
like
now
10?
6 years old.
When they were like 10 on Grandpa's farm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're okay, but you're also like stacking the deck against yourself, right? Because you're trying to do it the hard way.
I'm doing it the hard way. I can go in my backyard and make it easy.
The hard way. Electric bikes, fucking watching YouTube videos and of jujitsu.
That's part of it.
That is the tough way. Yeah.
I do find it funny though when you like you just always all you ever do is just send us selfies in the forest.
You're like me in the bushes.
Well, yeah, you're sitting there for like 3 hours in a tree, in a chair. Like you can't go anywhere.
As long as you're okay with me continuing to Photoshop said selfies.
Oh, please. I need all the entertainment I can get. I was LOLing when you were sending those while I was
You've
sitting.
known me long enough to know I'm a photo editor.
100%. You're being very tame with it too, so I appreciate it.
Slightly new audience. So,
do you take a GoPro with you, Brian?
No, but I have a mount on my bow that this is like a metal plate on my phone case, and it like magnets to it,
sick.
so I can film if I ever see a deer. I can film it from my bow.
Yeah, you need to film it because when it happens, and I'm sure it will happen one day, but
yeah,
when it happens, I know you're gonna cry.
Yeah,
and I want to see it.
And you're gonna rip its heart out and eat it and cry out to the. Are you not entertained?
I did it.
Hey, wait, so if this is deer talk, and I do know the answer because my pops is a hunter. He's an elk hunter. But what is your move if you bag the deer, like your exit out with the deer? Do you have that all figured out? Like if that happens?
Yeah. So you gotta wait like 20 minutes or so for it to settle, and you gotta watch where it goes, and then you gotta track the blood to find it, and then it depends on if it's cold enough, we can just take it home and the next day take it to process it, because we're not gonna process it ourselves. But if it's hot or something, then we do have to, gross talk. We got to gut it. Yeah, thank you, Angela. Your niece was 7. Yes, probably on Grandpa's farm with a rifle. Yeah. So yeah, those are like the two options. But yeah, you got to drag it.
Yep.
You got to drag it, or a lot of guys have a wagon. And they'll put it in a wagon.
Yeah.
And like,
you could put a helmet. You could put it on your e-bike with a helmet.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Put the antlers right in the front basket.
Like you just put the
ET phone home.
The hooves like right over your shoulder. Strap it
the
on
head
and
leaning over.
You know, with your e-bike, I mean, you could almost create like a little, you know how they carry off the hill with like an injury, like a sled. You can almost create
a lot of people
You-
do that too. They'll just get like a sled and do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
need
That's what my dad does.
You need to get a sidecar for the e-bike and like put a little helmet
And
on
a helmet.
A whole
Yeah.
weekend at Bernie's thing here with the deer.
Yeah,
and
the deer's
the
just-
sidecar.
Riding out of the forest, the deer. the bike just came. Yeah, never mind. I like that idea. Let's end on that. Yeah.
And on that note, thank you, Luke, for trooping with me tonight.
You know this, brother.
Being a trooper. Yeah.
You know it.
Well, I think that's going to do it for us today. If you enjoyed listening, feed that algorithm and leave a 5-star review on your podcast app. Make sure to include that cake emoji in the review. You can follow me at stevie.cakes on Instagram, sometimes on X. Gentlemen, let the listeners know where they can find you. Brian?
Sithin' ain't easy.
And John?
Alpha Ignition.
And Raimi?
thedadbatch.com.
And
Papa
Luke.
Frick.
Yeah, too.
Trying to get out of this suit by myself.
Oh, damn. Me too.
Left Coast Avenger.
Nice. Thank you again, everybody, for listening to episode 107 of the Dad Batch podcast. Be sure to tune in next week for episode 108. And until next time, enjoy your spice responsibly.
No.